Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome to GT1 Unit 12. I'm Carol, I'm an English teacher, and today we're working with the activities on page 111 of your student's book. But if you don't have it, don't worry, because all the activities will be right here on the screen for you, all right? So let's start. All right, so now we'll work with think values on page 111. Okay, let me ask you something. Do you have a bike? Do you know how to ride a bike? It is really fun and healthy. So if you still don't have a bike or if you don't know how to ride one, I recommend that you try and learn. I'm sure that you'll like it. And did you know that bikes can be a very effective means of transport? Yes. A mean of transport is something that takes you from one place to another. It is fast. It makes you healthier because you practice exercise while you do it. And it's also a clean transport. In other words, it doesn't cause any kind of pollution to the environment. So how about learning a little bit more of that? Let's watch a video to learn more about the environment and transportations. Let's watch it.
Transportation. Transportation refers to systems which are designed to
people and goods. It provides people with access to what they value and need to live their lives, build economies, and interact with the environment. Transportation is the backbone of a global network that trades over 18 trillion worth of goods and moves the world's population over 81 trillion kilometers every year. The system also impacts the climate. As of 2015, transportation accounted for 23% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions. One way to understand this complex system is by breaking it down into three different components: mode, fuel type, and technology. Modes of transportation allow people and goods to move across air, land, and sea. People often move by human power, cars, and planes, while goods are transported by truck, rail, or ship. Fuel is the crucial element that propels the transportation system. The primary fuel types are derived from human power, renewable fuels, and fossil fuels. Different fuels, and how they are consumed, have distinct impacts on the climate and our air quality. When petroleum products are burned in vehicle engines, they release energy, but they also release greenhouse gases and other pollutants. Currently, 95% of transportation is fueled by petroleum. However, other fuels like electricity and biofuels are becoming increasingly prevalent as we adopt new technologies. Technology refers to what the vehicle uses to move, like an internal combustion engine in a gas car or an electric motor in an electric vehicle. Technologies vary greatly in efficiency. Efficiency determines how much of the fuel is actually used to propel a vehicle versus energy lost in the process. For instance, an average gasoline-fueled car is 25% efficient, meaning that 75% of the fuel used does not go into propelling the vehicle, but instead is lost as heat or other energy expenditures. When analyzing transportation options, it's important to consider what's possible with different combinations of modes, fuels, and technologies. One way to think about the climate impact of transportation is to calculate the amount of emissions per person or goods being transported. There is great potential for reducing our environmental impact by changing the mode of transport we use, or when possible, by choosing options that require little to no transportation at all, like eating local food or telecommuting. Since transportation is such an important factor of global carbon emissions, governments and companies around the world are increasingly looking to innovate. On the rise at the moment are biofuels, electric vehicles, mass transportation, and even new types of freight ships. Different types of infrastructure, such as roads, railways, airports, and fueling stations, are essential to supporting transportation systems. Ensuring that these systems are also safe, clean, affordable, comfortable, efficient, and reliable is also critical in determining how they take shape in different parts of the world. That's transportation.
Okay, that was very interesting, don't you think? It's very important for us today to think about the kind of transport that we will use and the kinds of impacts it can produce to the environment. To discuss a little bit more about that and to give you more examples, there's this text here on page 111, which is about that. Before we start the activity, it would be very good if you read it, because actually the activity will be about that, okay? So pause your video now and take your time to read the article, and then let's go back to do the activity, okay? All right, now that you already read the article, let's take a look at exercise number 1. Choose the title that best sums up the article. So you have to choose the title that summarizes, yes, like gives the whole idea of the text, okay? So cars are great, the great race, get on your bike, be careful on your bike. Which one do you think it sums up the content of the text? Okay, think about it. If you need, you can read the text again to help you. All right? And now let's take a look at number 2. How friendly to the environment are these types of transport? Write 1 to 6 in the boxes. 1 would be the best, the most friendly to the environment, okay? And number 6 would be the worst, the least friendly to the environment, okay? So think about what we saw in the video, think about the ones that emit a lot of smoke, for example, and then you can decide which one is the best, all right? So, see you later for the next video. Bye-bye!